after a quick Instagram search, I realized that there were 45,000 other people who were making that joke at the same time. And there's a shark in this room who's made that joke as well.
Oh, Barb.
Oh, yeah, I use it all the time.
Do you remember that, Barbara?
But
So
that's
tell
a very
us what
broad
it costs
net.
if I want to buy it online and what it costs you to land it.
So this nanner costs $39.99 retail.
Oh!
That's a big banana.
Our landed cost is $6 a unit.
Do you have a patent?
We did not pursue a design patent because they're notoriously easy to copy and to knock off. So we pursued a trademark to protect our brand.
But Mac, just to be clear, it's not a phone.
No,
you need
That's
to pair it with a phone, Lauren.
You just pair your banana to your apple.
Thank you,
Got it.
Robert.
Guys, let me ask you this. You did $540,000 last year. Your total lifetime sales over 6 years were 1.2. What shifted to get your sales to go boom?
In the last 2 years, we've shifted to a robust direct-to-consumer advertising strategy, leveraging Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google.
It sounds very expensive. How much are you spending on that?
We're spending $9 per customer.
Is that your customer acquisition? It's $9?
That's actually
When
not
you're
that
doing your
bad.
margin.
What
Yeah.
we are seeing is that we hit people with targeted advertising for high impulse conversions. And then when they get the phone, there's a virality to it because they're posting on social media.
But nobody's full-time on this business.
Correct, not
Are
right
you
now.
willing to give up your careers to support the banana? That's the question.
If we have a strategic partner who's willing to work with us and leverage it, absolutely.
Tell me what you're going to do with the $250,000.
The next horizon for us is getting into brick and mortar retail. And so we have, I think that this thing screams to be in the Beyond section at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Guys, you know, I think what you're trying to do in retail is beyond insane. I'm sorry it's not going to work. This is a very eclectic category. I do not need a banana phone in my portfolio. This is not a product for me. I'm out.
You guys took a fruit and turned it into money in your pocket. Giving you $250,000 means you've got to make $2.5 million in profits for me just to get my money back. It's a great personal business, but it's not a great fit for me, so for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you so much for your
Congrats.
consideration, Mike.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate it.
Congratulations. So many people have the idea, but nobody ever puts it in play. I'm just thinking of waking up one day and saying, I am in the banana phone business, and I'm not sure I see a scalable business for an investor. I'm out.
I'm not really an investor in kitschy, like novelty products that much because I think that they have a spike and then a fall. It's not really the right product for me, so I'm sorry, I'm out.
You know, I just object to investing in your business for one reason only, which is I don't want you working on this part-time. 1/2 and 1/2 doesn't equal 3, right? It will not grow if you do that. It doesn't make sense, so I'm out.
Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Good luck,
Thank
guys.
you all.
Yeah,
Good
thank you
luck,
so much.
guys.
Thank you all.
Matt, we'll get your take on the trademark. Obviously, they didn't go for a patent, but I've got a little story after we hear from you on the trademark.
Yeah, no, they have a bunch of trademark registrations for banana phone.
Okay.
Obviously, phone is descriptive. Banana's kind of descriptive too, you know, like in terms of like the shape, right? The functionality, but it doesn't function as a banana, right? So it's not descriptive, right? But yeah, it's cute, but I can understand why no one wanted to invest in that.
Yeah, certainly novelty, good.
Too much novelty.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons why they didn't pursue a design patent or a patent at all is because it's been done before. I don't know how good of a job he did searching, but way back when, in 2015, there was a little patent that was filed, design patent right here. The banana tooth was filed. This was in 2012, and I'm actually surprised that they haven't got a letter from banana tooth owners. Divination design, Divention design. So this is a design patent. It's there's really no words here, much like probably what you have.
Yeah, I would say like layman test, ordinary observer test. Those two look pretty identical to me.
They really do. And on the update from the Shark Tank, they've done better than the Sharks thought they would. Real quickly, their banana phone reached revenue of $1 million at the end of 2022. They sold it, and he stepped away in 2023. Max is still on as the CEO and founder.
Cool.
And they're selling right here still for $40 a phone without that other patent holder coming after them. So I'm really surprised they've been able to kind of get by. Maybe they did an under the table licensing agreement, which is the case, but there's been nothing published. I took a quick look.
Interesting.
Anything regarding any kind of infringement allegations or lawsuit filed.
Are you two Arrested Development fans?
No.
No. Okay. All right. I won't make the banana stand joke.
Yeah, I like that. I like Arrested.
Right? You like it? Yeah. So there's always money in the banana stand, right, JD?
Yeah, there is. There is. Scott, what's your take? This product, not as functional as yours, perhaps, but what do you think they could have done better on this pitch? Or what would you do in a pitch like that?
Yeah, it's a tough pitch because there's only so much time they're going to get with that Facebook, Instagram kind of advertising. They have a fantastic return, that $9. I mean, I used to get that. I think a lot of people are getting that, from early 18 to 2022. That's changed. You can't get that anymore. It's really like any product price below 40 is kind of hard to get a good margin on Facebook, Instagram. I think retail novelty stores checkout, at the cash register checkout probably would have been, hey, we want some help to go into retail, work on packaging, get us into these stores. Now, obviously, they're going to get what's called the Shark Tank effect, right? They get $6 million in ad. A Shark Tank airing is worth about $6 million. So that's probably what put them over the limit to that $1 million when they had that nice boost. And, the Sharks know that too, filming the show. They know that if it airs, there's going to be a nice boost to that. But what's that?
Consolation gift.
Yeah.
Completely don't get investor.
And they'll sign the deal knowing that. But I think, it was they probably could have branched out, done some other type of products with that. I was surprised at the sale, more than double net revenue. That should have been a 5X or a 10X on net. I mean, they should have sold for much more than what that stated. So it sounds like they sold quick just to get rid of it. My question is, does that patent divinity or whoever the patent, could they come back and sue the original founders even after now that they're done and say, look, you made money off this, or we own all this, we should get money? Or can they only go after the acquiring company, or how does all that work?
In the buyer and
go ahead, Matt.
Yeah.
What was that?
It just depends on the contract between the buyer and the seller of the business, if their liability imputes to the new owner.
Yeah, I'm not a patent litigator, and I would assume that a lot of time has passed. There may be some limitations in terms of damages that they can assert. The system the patent doesn't want to reward you for sitting back and waiting for damages to accrue. And so because they sort of sat back and maybe waited and didn't assert their rights, that could hurt them on their case. But aside from that, they definitely they seem to really be infringing. I thought that was fascinating that a product could come out and really right in the face of another design patent.
You're sitting on that patent. Where's your value, right? It's like, that show is so viral. I can't believe that a patent filed in 2018, which again,
the patch was 2012.
Yeah. 2012. Okay.
Issued in 2015. Issued in 2012. Still good for 15 years. Good through 2027.
Yeah.
That was wild. It's wild how exactly similar that was.
Yeah. 7 years later, they're not making any money off this because they're not selling it. So it's like, here's your opportunity to finally make money off this patent you got, and you didn't either. Let's not know about it.
Yep. Very good.